Taurus, you're about to get a big shakeup in your life, and it feels like it's necessary. So let's find out what's going on. This is for Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. So Taurus, you are about to have a very fated change come in. And so there's something that is going to cross your path soon that is going to kick off a very destined portion of your life. So keep that in mind. But first, I want to talk about something that you're struggling with, because it seems like you're struggling with this idea of, not idea, but feeling like connected. So you got the Queen of Oneness, but you got it reversed. So what this is telling me is that you are having a hard time really feeling one with other people, with the universe. And the reason is because fundamentally you're a little bit in conflict with yourself right now. So it feels like there's some way in which you're not 100% on the right path. And so things are starting to slip a little bit sideways. And that is impacting, again, your ability to feel connected. And if you're in the spiritual realm, if you do spiritual work at all, it may be impacting your ability to even connect with spirit and hear messages accurately and correctly. So spirit really wants you to get back on track with this. And it feels like you've been putting something off or even rejecting a part of your destined journey. So when I say that this shakeup that's coming is very needed, it feels like this is going to kick off something that will bring you back into alignment with yourself and back into alignment with flow with the universe and with destiny. So in this deck, the Wheel of Fortune is represented by the white rabbit. So basically something appears like the rabbit does to Alice and she chases him down the hole. This is really obviously that's her inciting incident in Alice in Wonderland. Your own inciting incident is coming soon. And spirit's are you going to follow it, or are you going to keep ignoring the signs? Are you going to keep ignoring, this call to destiny, this call to action? And I suggest that you don't ignore it. And one of the signs that you should be looking out for is this King of Wands energy. So someone is coming into your life. They definitely have a strong masculine energy, even if they aren't a man or present as a man, but there's a strong masculine energy that's associated with this person. They are going to push you into action, basically. So be looking out for this person. They're confident. They are strong in themselves. You might even look at them and kind of look up to them. They're just very determined, but this is a very confident leader, personality wise. So when you run into them, I want you to pay special attention. And there's something you're supposed to learn from this person, but specifically they're supposed to kick off this opportunity for change for you. So when I say opportunity, it isn't necessarily a job opportunity. It might be, but it's an opportunity to do something. You have big wands energy in this reading, by the way. So your only minor arcana cards that you got were all wands. And then you got 2 major arcana cards. So again, that's something significant. You were supposed to be doing. Spirit is trying to tell you to go do something. I really feel like there's something that you've been sitting on and waiting on. I'm saying don't even wait for this guy, by the way. If you already know what it is that Spirit's trying to get you to do, you need to go do it. You need to stop denying it or that's not really it. Spirit's no, I told you. Literally Spirit's in my head saying, I said what I said. It's time for you to go do it. So Taurus, I hope that you take that energy to heart, because like I said, the more you keep denying it, the more disconnected you're going to be from your destiny, from yourself, and you're going to keep feeling more and more disconnected from the people around you. And when I say a shakeup, yes, you did get the Tower card, which in this case is the tornado. So it's really interesting is, remember, this deck is Alice in Wonderland and Wizard of Oz together. This is significant. I'm just rambling about fantasy movies. So with the Wheel of Fortune card, it's the White Rabbit. That's how Alice's journey starts. And with the, oh my God, why can't I say anything? Why, with the Tower card, it's the tornado, which is how Dorothy's journey started. So both of these cards together, you are being swept up. You are going to be forced into this change. You can either choose to follow it, Alice does, or it's going to come pick you up and drop you off somewhere, which is a little bit more traumatic. So the choice is yours. Which way do you want to start your adventure? You choosing it and following it and having a slightly better initial experience, or the tornado part. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of get to pick how your adventure starts, but it's happening one way or another, I guess, is what Spirit's saying. So, anyway, I just really think this was an interesting parallel. I hope you guys kind of get the energy there. Let me know if that's making sense, because I'm like very shocked that those two cards came out together. And again, with the King of Wands in between. So this may not be a good shakeup from this dude, is what I'm saying, but he's going to rock your world if you don't choose to get yourself out of this rut yourself, I think is the TLDR on this one, okay? And I do have to say, it is an adventure. And like all adventures, just like think about Alice, think about Dorothy. Like, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy, but it is going to be worth it. That is what Spirit is trying to say. It's not easy, but it is worth it. And I just go back to, it is destined for you. And I really want you to think about, are you resonating with this current feeling of being just a little out of sorts, a little disconnected? Because that's kind of a sign that you're not following what you're supposed to be following in terms of like your journey and your destiny. So when I say it's not going to be easy, yes, there's going to be some like obstacles, there's going to be some competition, you know what I mean? You're going to have to like watch your boundaries in a way. But what these are the other two Wands cards I was telling you about. So 5 and 9 of Wands. So basically what Spirit's trying to tell you is you're going to have to put the work in. Like, you're going to go on this adventure, and it's not all sunshine and roses, but think about Alice's journey. Think about Dorothy's journey. It was worth it in the end. And so if you think about like your life as a movie and this next movie is about to start, just brace yourself for the fact that, yeah, you're going to have to put some work in. You might have some competition. You might have to like tell people to like back off, but all of that is going to teach you some things you're supposed to be learning, and you're going to end up where you're supposed to go. That's the most important part. So please, please, please don't reject the call to adventure when it comes, like when it's very clear that it's there. You're going to miss something really magical if you ignore the call. All right, let's do your affirmation cards. And as always, if you do want to talk more about this or anything else, you can book a private reading with me, consultation, coaching session, whichever you prefer. The private readings are nice. They're recorded sessions, but a lot of people like getting on the phone and going back and forth with me and asking tons of questions on the consultations. All right, 4, I am stable. So Spirit wants you to know, even if it feels like your foundation is getting rocked, like you're stable within yourself. And so carry that with you when things start to get a little bit, you know, externally unstable. You yourself are where the stability comes from. So have some faith in that, is what Spirit's saying. 20, I am harmonious. Like, Spirit really, really, really wants you to be in harmony with your destiny, with your purpose, and with Spirit, and with getting a lot better in harmony and in alignment with like the messages you're getting and what you're supposed to be doing. I'm just going to say it that way, because like I said, some of you are just a little off track there. You also got, I am innovative. Okay, I love this, because just think about how Alice and Dorothy have to be like clever and like solve their problems. Spirit wants you to know you're innovative. You're clever too. You're going to be able to solve any of these things that come up along the way. So don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. Just, you know, again, embrace this call to adventure and step out on this really exciting thing that's ahead of you. And I'm curious what it is. If you guys know what it is for you, put that in the comments. I really want you to claim the energy of adventure, because like, you do not want to live a boring life. Like, so have the adventure now if it's calling. Okay, love you, Taurus. I wish you the best of luck and have a great week.